Hello, good afternoon. My name is Hafiz. So, welcome to MMU. MMU is you. So, basically, we have meet and greet with our alumni in MMU. So, before we have a meet and greet, I have some special for you. We have one entertainment from FOM. His name is Nabil. He will play the piano for you guys. And please enjoy.
一首不为谁而作的歌，感觉像仿佛窗外的夜色。哦，曾经有那一刻，回头竟然惹不得，需要从记忆再摸索的人，和他们关心的地方，和那些走过的，请等一等。梦为努力浇了水，爱 爱在背后往前推。当我抬起头，才发觉我是不是忘了谁？累到整夜不能睡，夜色哪里都是美。一定有个人，他躲过、避过、闪过、瞒过，他是谁？他是谁？原谅我这一首不为谁而作的歌，感觉像仿佛窗外的夜色。曾经有那一刻，回头竟然认不得，需要从记忆再摸索的人，和他们关心的地方，那些走过的。梦为努力浇了水，爱在背后往前推。当我抬起头，才发觉我是不是忘了谁？累到整夜不能睡，夜色哪里都是美。一定有个人，他躲过、避过、闪过、瞒过，他是谁？他是谁？也许在真实面对自己，才不顾一切去探究当初我害怕面对。梦为努力浇了水，爱在背后往前推。当我抬起头，才发觉我是不是忘了谁？累到整夜不能睡，夜色哪里都是美。一定有个人，他躲过、避过、闪过、瞒过，他是谁？他是谁？他是谁？Thank you.
So I take the mic, right? Okay, huh? No problem. Okay, so a very good afternoon to everyone. Okay, so let me introduce myself. Okay, I am Jimmy. Okay, normally, of course, as a student, we call me Dr. Jimmy, but it's okay. We just have free and easy styles. You just call me Jimmy, doesn't matter. Okay, I am the Deputy Director for the Center of Lifelong Learning and Innovative Learning. So in the short form, we call it as LEARN. So today actually, right, I first of all, thank you very much for the opportunity that having to have me over here to share with you, right, what are the teaching and learning methodology actually using in our university. Okay, when we conduct the teaching and learning for the UG undergrad students as well as the postgraduate student. Now, actually, right, for I believe quite a number over here that will be parents as well as, of course, the possible students that would like to join us, right? In fact, right, when you are talking about teaching and learning in our university, the strategy is very different. If you are comparing with like 10 or 20 years ago, okay? Now, normally, right, when we are looking on the normal setup, right? When you are looking on the normal setup of teaching and learnings, right? you might thinking also like, oh, that will be the lecturer will standing in front, and then the student is in front of the lecturer, and then after that you just open the slide, and then the lecturer will go to the slide and then teach and talk, and then after that the student will sit there, listen, and then after that's all for today. Now, in fact, right, today when you're looking on the teaching and learnings, right, actually MMU done a lot of initiative in order to change the way how are we going to provide a good quality of teaching and learning activity to the student. Now, one of the initiative, right, let me share with you, right, is by using blended learning. Now, in fact, right, blended learning, a lot of people are deciding like, oh, blended learning, it was in Malaysia, right, back to 10 or 30 years ago. It was, I would say that one of the good practitioners blended learning, right, is by Prof. Karim in USM. He is one of the lead professor. They are very good in blended learning. So he is one of the guru lah in Malaysia that share with us, right, how are we going to do the blended learning. The idea about the blended learnings, right, the idea is super simple. Because, right, today, the way how students doing the things, for example, access the information, is definitely different with during that time that I am studying in the university. Okay, now, when I study in the university, if you want to get any possible information, you need to go to the library. You need to refer to the book. So this is how we get the information. This is how we get the knowledge. And then we will gain deeper knowledge on that in order to master some item. But today, right, in order to get any details informations, right, we just internet is just on our hand. So if we don't know anything, we just Google it, or we just check in the Wikipedia. So we will get the possible information, then we will gain the knowledge, and the student will gain the knowledge. So therefore, there's no point that the lecturer will standing there and then just define some terms and define some knowledge to the student. Student will get bored. That is a situation. So what actually we are doing actually is by using the blended learning. So blended learning will be something like this, like we're going to use the face-to-face time to do more discussion, to do more something like sharing. So the lecturer, rather than become to lecture the student, right? Lecture the student no good, you know, because, right, just like mother lecture the children very sad, will cry, you see, no good. So that's why we will prefer to discuss some information, discuss some knowledge with the student, right? So that's why we will flip the way how are we going to conduct teaching and learning. So that's why thanks to one of the things that available in our university is good internet connectivity. Okay, so actually, right, the internet connection in MMU is very good. So that's why we are using the virtual way in order to conduct teaching and learning by flipping the classroom, as well as integrate the blended learning strategy into our teaching and learning. So that's why students can using this particular platform to have a more flexible way in order to learn in a venue. So the learning is not going to happen just in the classroom itself, but it also can happen I would say in the other modalities kinds of a situation. For example, in the virtual environment or in the social network as a platform. So this is one of the I would say that blended learning is very common right now in our university. Okay, so that is some things that this is how we ensure the good quality of teaching and learning with the student. And for my centers and for my departments, right, we provide a lot of training to the lecturer as well, especially in the perspective of digital competence. Today's right, digital competence is very important for the academicians. Without digital competence, right, we believe that academician will having a limitation in order to conduct teaching and learning. So that's why we always provide up-to-date training to our lecturer to ensure they engage with the latest technology. And then the other strategies that we integrated in our university is to offer the latest teaching and learning strategy. Currently, for the past 3 years, right, one of the teaching and learning strategies that we already share throughout these past 3 years, right, is something called team-based learning. Now, the idea about team-based learning was introduced to our university. Actually, is in order to ensure the student can craft their knowledge by themselves. At the same time, the lecturer will playing a role as an instructor. So they will hear in order to get the student the right information, the right knowledge in order to capture, in order to learn, in order to master. So that's why. So this is the ideas, right, in order to ensure and embark the knowledge of a lifelong learning to the student. Lifelong learning actually is, of course, everybody know that lifelong learning is very important. No matter today, working adult, we need to make sure our knowledge, right, and always harnessing our knowledge from day to day, from time to time. Because, right, a lot of the situation, there's a new norm, something we don't know, right? So when something is don't know, after that we're going to master it, and you found out that actually, well, something new that we need to be mastered in order to sustain our capability and ability, right? So therefore, by using this team-based learning as a part of the strategy is to ensure that the student will having a good lifelong learning skill, embark this kind of the practice to the student as well. Now, talking about another thing is like, yes, pandemic is almost, I will just mention that pandemic is still going on, okay? But we should not just looking on just teaching and learning during the pandemic time. So how about the post-pandemic situation? Now, looking on the post-pandemic situations, right, our university already get ready with some of the infrastructure in order to ensure the student, that can learn in the post-pandemic environment. The classroom, the readiness of the classroom, such as the high flex, these particular flexibilities, right, already prepared in our university. Now, in fact, right, this high flex, right, Multimedia University is a pioneer. There is a pioneer university that offering this high flex classroom to the student, in fact. So with a collaboration with a Qualcomm, so that will be something that infrastructure that available in our university. So the student can enjoy and witness the experience that in order to learn in an environment whereby we put the virtual environment and the physical environment put under one roof. So therefore, the students, right, in fact, they are not only learning just within with their physical student, but they will just bring along the learning, right, beyond the classroom, which is in the virtual environment. And also this kind of the setup, right, will provide the student a very, very flexible way, in order to attending the class. And we know that actually today teenagers, they are very busy, okay, compared to last time. They are very busy with a lot of interesting and a lot of very, very nice knowledge when they want to go along with. Right, they are busy with our schedule. So that's why by using this high flex learning environment, the student he or she is not going to miss any class. So that's why this is the idea that we are embarking into our university. So far, right, these facilities, right, are still in a very beginning stage, and by end of this year, right, each of the campus in Malacca campus and Cyber Giant, in total, right, we have roughly around 14 classrooms equipped with this high flex facility. So this is to ensure that the student will enjoy this kind of a very flexible way in order to attending the class. And then moving forward, right, we also will design different kinds of a learning space. So that is some of the job we are looking forward to in order to provide a very flexible learning space to the students, as well as provide very, very good and different kinds of learning space in order to conduct different kinds of the activity. such as debate, discussions, or normal lecture sections. And even, right, one of the initiatives available in our university will be something called ODL, kinds of open online classroom kinds of courses. So with all this, with the infrastructure that we prepare right now, we are ready with something that looking on the teaching and learning for tomorrow. Okay, so that is I believe something that I would like to share with you, the teaching and learning strategies that are available in our university. Okay, so hopefully, right, if you I believe if you are free, just visit us, and then you can just witness and have a look, right, how MMUs is doing in terms of how the lecturer is doing in their teaching and learning sessions. All right, so I would say pretty much thank you. Any things? Oh, that's it. Okay, thank you.
说不清楚该怎么明了，一字一句像圈套，就脏总翻不完，谁无理取闹？你的双手甩开刚好的微妙，然后战火在燃烧。我们背对背拥抱，滥用沉默在咆哮，爱情来不及变老，葬送在烽火的玩笑。我们背对背拥抱，这花兜着圈子乱绕，只是想让我知道，只是想让你知道爱的警告，总说不清楚该怎么明了，一字一句像圈套，这脏总发不完，谁无理取闹？你的双手甩开刚好的微妙，然后战火在燃烧。我们背对背拥抱，滥用沉默在咆哮，爱情来不及变老，葬送在烽火的玩笑。我们背对背拥抱，这花兜着圈子乱绕，只是想让我知道，只是想让你知道爱的警告。我不要一直到心痛我路变成自找，既然可以拥抱，就不要轻易放掉。我们背对背拥抱，滥用沉默 我在咆哮。爱情来不及变老，葬送在烽火的玩笑。我们背对背拥抱，就花兜着圈子乱乱绕，只是想让我知道，只是想让你知道，爱的警告，只是想让我知道，只是想让你知道，爱的警告。